Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be disclosing a trade that I made about a week ago and a trade that I am now in as of Friday, which was yesterday at the end of the day. So I'm going to be going over that and telling you why and the justifications behind and the reasoning of that trade. So let's hop right into it. Alright, so I actually shorted Aurora back when it had a really huge spike, when the whole sector was hot. I don't think I can say the word, so I'll just say the green sector, because I'm pretty sure YouTube may take down the video just because some other YouTubers have said when they do say it, they can get penalized against that. So I'm not going to say it, but you guys know what I'm saying, the green sector. So yeah, so it had a really big run up just because Joe Biden, there's speculation that he's going to legalize it in the US, and so that's going to bring a lot of revenue to these companies. But I know for a fact that Aurora Cannabis won't really be getting into that huge market. Companies such as Canopy Growth is going to really take over the sector in the US, and Aurora Cannabis has really just been losing a lot of money, and I knew that they were gonna do an offering just because when you look at the past of Aurora, they always do offerings when there's a really big spike. So it was pure speculation, but I was really confident in my trade and that they were gonna have an offering. And in fact, the next day after I got into my trade, they had an offering. So they are already down 18%. And so I exited my trade, took profits, and then it had a run up after that. I went short again, and then I took profits again. So I did complete that trade, and I made about $3,000 doing that. It was a really successful trade, and as of yesterday, I entered in again because I did see a big spike. It was about 8% up. So I'll just zoom in here. So I did enter into another short trade on Aurora Cannabis. I actually entered at 968, which was pretty close to the very top. It is now down to 934. So I am up about $300 because I did only go short about 1,000 shares this time. I also did sell 10 puts, and the reason I did that was because it kind of locks in my profits, but it also locks in my max profit. So I sold the 950 put for 60 cents, which basically means that I now got $600 from someone for giving them 10 contracts. Basically, for the people that don't really know options, with a put option, the owner of it has the right to sell you 100 shares at whatever the strike price was. So for me, the strike price is 950, and so I'm allowing someone to sell me 100 shares of Aurora back to me at 950 for a 60-cent fee, which does bring down the cost now to $8.90. So basically, I'm saying that I'm willing to get those shares back for $8.90, and that's where I wanted to do my profit take anyway, because as you can see, the support is really around $9. So I knew that it wasn't gonna probably be gonna go any lower than that. And then it does protect me from a move upwards if it continues in the upwards direction, which I highly doubt, but is very possible. So I wanted to be protected in that aspect. So now I have $600 on the 1,000 shares that I have. So now, basically, when you think about it, I'm adding 60 cents to all my shares. So now that I went short at 968, that does mean that now I have room to go all the way up to 1028 before I start losing money. So my break-even price is 1028, and my max profit is all the way down to 890. But that does limit you, so then if it all of a sudden crashed tomorrow on Monday or something, then I wouldn't be making a whole bunch of money. I would only be making the 780 so that's my total profit, and then my max loss is undefined because it is infinity, basically, because the share price could go to 1,000,000 and I'll be having to pay 1,000,000 per share, so 1,000, so $1 billion basically if it did go to 1,000,000 a share, which doesn't really happen. But one time I did get caught up with selling some Nikola options actually, and when they had that really big spike, that's how I lost a good amount of money. But I'll probably be disclosing that in another video just because it's a really good lesson to learn, and I learned a lot from that, and it's a really good lesson. So I'll be making another video about that. And so I just wanted to disclose that. So that is a trade that I'm currently in. I'm in no other trades right now. That is the only trade, and I have a really good feeling about it. I did go a little bit smaller this time just because shorting a stock is not recommended and it is more risky than buying because the loss is undefined and pretty much infinity, because it can always go up. But when you buy something, the only place it can go is zero, and then that's your total loss. So if you bought something for $9 and it went to zero, you're only losing $9. But when you sell someone $9, it could go up in worth as much as it wanted to, and then you'd still be having to cover that position, which means that you're buying it back. For the people that don't understand shorting, I'll actually kind of explain that. So basically, shorting a stock is selling it without having it. So I'm basically borrowing it from my broker. So someone in TD owns Aurora, and so they lend me the stock. TD lends me the stock, and I have to charge. They charge about like I think it's like 4% a year. So I get to use it, and then I'm selling it. So I'm selling someone else's stock basically at that price, and then that means that I have to buy it back, because I have to buy it back to give it back to the person that I lent it to, and TD does all that, but I have to buy it back. So that's why it could go up, but I need to buy it back because I don't actually have the stock. So that's how shorting works. It's a bit confusing, and it's not recommended for beginner traders because you don't really know what you're getting yourself into, and it's a lot riskier. Also, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. So I hope you really liked the video, and make sure to stay tuned for more videos, and peace out.